sorry, did you say psychiatry?
No, I said physiatry.
Is that the one where they study feet?
No, you're thinking of podiatry. I'm talking about physiatry, which is physical medicine and rehabilitation.
Oh, so you mean like physiotherapy?
Let's just get started.
Physiatry, otherwise known as physical medicine and rehabilitation, is an exceptionally rewarding medical specialty that focuses on improving patients' function and quality of life. Specialists in this field, known as physiatrists, are also experts in bones, muscles, nerves, joints, tendons, and ligaments. They use this expertise to ensure patients are able to perform their day-to-day tasks and achieve any other functional goals they may have. Patients are guided through rehabilitation to adapt to limitations caused by certain diseases, learning different maneuvers to get dressed, get out of bed, drive their car with adaptations, and so many more day-to-day activities that we may take for granted when we are independent with our mobility. The specialty can be thought of as a blend of neurology and musculoskeletal medicine, with a particular emphasis on structure-function relationships, anatomic principles, and quality of life. Within physiatry, there are multiple specialty areas, including, but not limited to, sports medicine, musculoskeletal rehabilitation, spinal cord injury, brain injury, stroke, neuromuscular and electrodiagnostics, burns, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, cancer rehabilitation, amputee rehabilitation, pediatric rehabilitation, and so forth.
Career paths within the field of physiatry can be quite variable, with the opportunity to practice as a general physiatrist, caring for patients across the various subdisciplines, or to specialize into a more niche scope. Your scope of practice and career interests can adapt and change through your career. There are more and more amazing interventions, equipment, and techniques being developed to help our patients in these various subspecialties. In the world of amputee medicine, there are many different types of orthoses and prostheses being developed, along with exciting new developments in research right here in Edmonton. For example, lots of work is being done with respect to robotics. In the neuromuscular and EMG world,
Physiatrists often work as the leaders or quarterbacks of an interdisciplinary team. For example, on an inpatient stroke rehabilitation service, your typical team may involve nursing staff, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech-language pathologists, dietitian and nutritionists, psychologists, and so on. Therefore, physiatrists often require a great deal of leadership, collaboration, and communication skills. As a physiatrist, there are options to be more generalized or subspecialized, depending on where you choose to work. There is opportunity to work in both larger and smaller centers, and capacity to adapt your practice to the needs of the community. You can choose to have more procedural aspects in your practice, including joint and trigger point injections, ultrasound-guided injections, fluoroscopic or X-ray guided injections, electromyography, botulinum toxin injections, and so forth. There are also options to work in inpatient and/or outpatient settings. Inpatient settings may involve managing a floor of patients on a specific unit and addressing their rehab needs with an interdisciplinary team. In Edmonton, this is at the Glen Rose Rehab Hospital, which is the largest freestanding tertiary rehabilitation hospital in Canada. Outpatient settings are very diverse and can be a group practice, part of a hospital, or your own clinic. Once you are a staff physiatrist, there is generally minimal to no call. The diversity in rehabilitation practice and reasonable working hours are great upsides to this specialty.
Physiatry is a 5-year residency program with options to do fellowship training following residency, though it is generally not required. The first 2 years of residency generally involve off-service rotations that are diverse and provide training to be a well-rounded physiatrist. These rotations expose us to internal medicine, surgical specialties such as plastics, neurosurgery and orthopedics, and neurology. With our work-life balance, the resident group often does many activities together. We play various sports, such as slow pitch in the summer and multisport in the winter. We also organize various outings to different restaurants to try new food and catch up with one another. We have biannual resident retreats as well, one in the summer and one in the winter, that have been allocated to us for wellness purposes. Residency can get stressful, and it is so great to have a tight-knit residency group to fall back on. The culture of our residency group and the field of physiatry as a whole is a big part of what makes the field so desirable.
Physiatry seems like a cool specialty.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many amazing things you can do, great people to meet, and fantastic ways to help people with their function and quality of life.
That sounds really rewarding. Where can I sign up?